Hey, I'm Riggers. Thanks for dropping in today. It's far too hot for me to put a t-shirt on, so you're just going to have to deal with me being topless for this video. But thankfully, it's only going to be a short one. I recently played through this game, Atari's Breakout, released for the PlayStation. I don't know if it was released anywhere else, you'll have to research that. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what it is and what I thought of it. So, essentially, it's meant to be, for its time, like a more modern take on one of those block breaking games where you have a little paddle and you hit a block or a ball up and you destroy all the little rectangles until you've cleared everything, and then you clear the level. So as you see here, you've got the paddle, and it's a character because this was, I mean, even a few years after this, Tetris had a game with the story mode, and the Tetris blocks were alive. Tetris World, where is that on my shelf? Somewhere. Oh, I think I put it in my disc binder actually. It doesn't have a case anymore. Yeah, you've got, I mean, it's a very cliche story. Hero character, you've got an evil villain who wants to kidnap his girlfriend for some arranged marriage type creepy bullshit. Basically just like your average Mario game. And the game predominantly tries to put a spin. If it has various different areas, so you've got 6 main themes: prison levels, farm levels, Egyptian levels, space levels, factory levels, something else, and each level or area tries to put a different spin on the classic block breaking gameplay, up down up down. So in this one, you've got to, this level, if you can just about say, you are defeating sheep and you've got to get all the sheep out of the way. This level you have to destroy a pyramid, and once you destroy the pyramid, the trapdoor opens and you can go through. This one was really annoying with the conveyor belts. You have to this had, some of them have different styles of gameplay. You actually control the character and you sort of run around. You're not actually doing the block breaking stuff. So it basically subverts your expectations as to some levels. Does anyone else feel that the early like CGI, early like computer generated graphics in games and stuff, it can be really, really creepy? So there's like a really like low poly savage wolf that like chases your character in 2 levels, and it's genuinely fucking terrifying. More terrifying than like a photorealistic wolf, just because it's got this uncanny, surreal, really unsettling nature to it. This growling, low poly savage wolf chasing after you and like, devouring your character. It's very creepy. So yeah, there's levels where you run away from things, where you there's bloody boss fights in this game where you got to like defeat the dragon you should see on the front cover. So it's got combat, it's got various levels that are like puzzles, and you've got to, there's these knights that move in a certain way, and you've got to try and throw them over the water or knock them off the bridge. So there's a lot of different gameplay types. It certainly is an interesting, refreshed twist on that classic block breaking gameplay. I thought it was good. A couple levels were a bit clunkier. One of them in the final area, you've got these barrels of fuel, and there's springs, shall we say, on each side. You've got to hit these red blocks on each side and slowly lower the ramp that the fuel is on. But if you make it lean too far one side, it drops a barrel of fuel and you've lost 1 life. If you lose all 3 lives, it's game over. It was really difficult to angle the ball in just the correct way, using the different positioning controls and trying to angle it correctly to bounce off the walls to hit, because you have to alternate them, hit that one, hit that one, hit that one. If you hit one side too many times, it'll just tip over. That level was the hardest for me. It was like, oh, it was very difficult to just make it completely level so you don't lose all your lives. I think I was down to 1 life on that occasion because it's very difficult, that level. It's ridiculous. Yes, so the game kept me on my toes. There was a lot of interesting puzzles. The soundtrack was decent. The story was cliche and cheesy and, eye-rolling as hell, but it had a fun playfulness to it. Like, they take just like a rectangle polygon, they give it eyes, and they did make animated expressiveness out of it, so I thought that was cool. They certainly had creativity with what you can do within the realms of this sort of gameplay, and there was a lot of ideas. It was only a short story lasting a couple of hours and just 6 zones. about between like 4 and 6 levels per zone roughly. But I think it had a lot of imagination, a lot of heart to it. It was a short but sweet game with a lot of replayability, and it had an interesting mechanic where it permanently ranks you and grades you on the screen. And you've got this giant, it looks like a golf ball, but it's essentially meant to be the ball that you're hitting back and forth. And it goes, nye, 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 nye. It's very weird. When you lose, it sort of whinges at you. It grades you from, like, let's say, champion all the way to like loser status, and so it'll constantly go up or down, like what your rank is at any given time, and it'll always show what your rank is on screen. But that also correlates to difficulty. So the higher your rank is, the harder things get, and then the more of a loser you are, the lower the rank goes down, and it gets incrementally easier. It's an interesting mechanic, anyway. But yeah, I don't want to talk about the game too much. I thought it was a fun game. It's something I've never seen people really talk about online, so I'm not really sure how well known it is. But yeah. Well, it says Supersonic and Hasbro on the back, so I'm guessing maybe Supersonic develops it. Was it like maybe? Oh yes, developed by Supersonic Software, published by Hasbro, and I'm imagining distributed by Atari or something, or maybe they own the copyright. I don't know, but it was developed by Supersonic Games, just so they get the credit. But yes, that has been my short video on this PlayStation game. I hope you guys are all doing well in this heat at the moment. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on this game. Have you ever heard of it? Would you give it a try? And I'll see you guys in the next video, where I hopefully won't be melting and should be fully clothed.